The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, a Queenstown food charity finally finds a new home thanks to a generous outpouring from the local community. An historic Dunedin landmark is going up for sale as the owners look to pass the keys to the next generation. And Southland politicians answer some tough questions from Queenstown residents ahead of the general election. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. A Queenstown food charity can now breathe a sigh of relief after receiving a message of support from their community. The future of Kiwiharvest has been up in the air following funding cuts, but with tens of thousands of dollars donated from around Whakatipu, they've now found themselves a new home.
A huge community effort has saved the day, as Queenstown's food rescue charity Kiwiharvest has received enough donations to move to their new location. The group created a Give a Little page last August after the government revealed they were cutting funding to the food rescue sector by $10 million. This put Kiwiharvest in a pickle, with the cuts leaving them with no way to pay rent at their Glendale Drive depot. However, the charity has been saved thanks to the Whakatipu community, who rallied together, raising around $41,000, helping them build their new temporary location in Frankton.
Yeah, the community's got behind us in a big way, and yeah, happy to say that we've reached the threshold with the funding needed. So yeah, we're excited to hopefully get our new depot up and running in the next month.
Queenstown branch manager Gary Hughes says they'll be temporarily set up with storage containers on their eventual new home at the Whakatipu Community Hub behind 5 Mile Countdown. He believes the temporary spot, which will be built by Wilson Contractors, will be able to run at the same level as their current depot.
That's why the 4-container setup is based to meet the storage needs that we have at the minute, meaning we don't have to reduce our capacity, which is huge for all the charities we work with to know that we can run at them same levels.
He's racing to tie a few loose ends to move in within the next 3 weeks, hoping to get in before the next monthly resort level rent payment for their Glendale Drive property. Kiwiharvest's new base will be the last element built at the region's community hub, meaning their new permanent home won't be ready for at least another 3 years. In Queenstown, the South Today.
With many southern spots still dealing with the aftermath of last week's torrential rain and wind, another bout of wild weather is on the way. Met Service is warning unsettled weather across the south is coming over the next 2 days, with a cold front bringing rain, snow and hail. Yes, snow is expected to fall to 500 metres in Southland tonight, with strong winds spreading the snow to lower levels around the region and inland Otago on Saturday. Heavy rain is expected for the west coast from Sunday, with fast-moving fronts up the country bringing a wet start to the second week of the school holidays. Severe north and southwest gales are likely to hit Southland, Stewart Island and Clutha from Monday, with the winds likely to also affect Dunedin and North Otago. After more than a decade and a half of passion and energy, a Dunedin couple are looking to move on from running a historic landmark. Careys Bay Hotel is now on the market as the owners look to put their feet up and settle down.
Seaside views with a bit of history is now up for grabs, as this iconic Port Chalmers establishment is put on the market. Dunedin couple Joe Kidston and Steve Little have been running the Careys Bay Hotel for 15 years, but have now decided to put up the for sale sign. Kidston says they are looking to live a quieter life after a hectic decade, wanting someone younger that matches their passion for the establishment to take it over.
Yeah, we've been here for 15 years, so I've been running it full-time for 15 years. So we're just looking for a quieter life, less responsibilities. Yeah, it's just time.
Careys Bay Hotel has been passed through many owners since it was built in 1874, with Kidston and Little putting in some hard mahi to keep the historic building up to scratch.
We've done everything pretty much over again, So we've recarpeted a couple of times and re-wallpapered. We've renovated the entire upstairs, so they didn't do that. We've made it into a really nice apartment.
The heritage building and restaurant is being sold by tender, with the couple hoping it'll be snatched up by the start of November. In Port Chalmers, the South Today.
Slalom canoeist Finn Butcher is almost ready to say bonjour to his dream after qualifying for a spot at next year's Paris Olympics. The Central Otago whitewater paddler competed at the World Slalom Championships in London over the weekend, where he needed to finish in the top 15 of the K1 event to qualify. The 28-year-old held his nerve to finish with a personal best in 13th place, narrowly missing out on the final by 0.8 seconds. That means he'll still need to perform well in 2 more events early next year if he's to book his dream ticket to the French capital in a black singlet. Butcher is travelling to Paris this week for the final World Cup race, giving him the chance to test his abilities at the Olympic venue before heading home to Alexandra. With elections just around the corner, all parties are making their final campaign push. Queenstown locals got a chance to speak with their MP candidates last night, asking the hard-hitting questions on how to resolve some pressing issues in the resort town.
Southland MP candidates came together in Queenstown on Thursday evening to hear what the public has to say. The Q&A event hosted at the Crown Beer Garden saw the 4 politicians answering serious questions, such as the resort town's housing crisis and lack of infrastructure. They will also ask some get-to-know-you-better questions, which were more playful, such as have they stolen a road cone?
Not a road cone.
Oh, what did it steal?
A road sign.
A road, what did it say?
I think it stop sign. It was a long time ago. No? Not a road cone.
I was trying to think how myself. Can't hear you.
When asked about 3 waters following Queenstown's cryptosporidium outbreak, ACT candidate Todd Stephenson was against the legislation, while National MP Joseph Mooney believes a change is needed, but 3 waters isn't the answer. However, the Green and Labour MPs were in full support of the proposed idea, believing it's a good plan that has been communicated poorly.
That it's the health system that suffers when we have poor water quality. I think it's really important that we actually look at ensuring that there is investment over the long term and that you don't rely on a very small rater base.
A local nurse brought up concerns about the size and lack of infrastructure at the Queenstown Hospital, with all 4 agreeing that more investment is needed in the health sector.
I think we need to be taking a triangular vision in health in this region. So we need to be looking at Central Otago, Queenstown Lakes, we need to be looking at Otago, we need to look at Dunedin, because our population here is already bigger than other places in the country that have base hospitals.
The Q&A comes as a last-ditch campaign run from MPs, with the New Zealand general elections opening at the start of next week. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Whaiakane, still to come on the South Today. Demolition work begins on a badly deteriorating and dangerous marina in Littleton, and a Dunedin woman who believes backyard planter boxes could help ease cost of living pressures.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
This is the real deal. Everything's reduced. Must go sale on now. There's 30% off lounge, dining and occasional furniture. John's taken 40% off beds and bedroom. And over 1,000 items are at half price. Plus pad off over 18 months interest free. Must go sale on now. Strictly limited time, only at John's Furniture Warehouse, Stafford Street.
Where did you get that furniture from? Stafford Street. And my mate John.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Demolition work has begun to remove a badly deteriorating and dangerous marina in Littleton. For more than 20 years, Canterbury boaties have needed to navigate the damaged piles and jetty at the popular Naval Point site, which presents a number of safety concerns.
Making Littleton's inner harbour a safer place for these boaties. The complex task of demolishing Littleton's Magazine Bay Marina, adjacent to the Naval Point Yacht Club, is now underway. The marina's redundant jetty walkways and 52 remnant piles are being removed as part of an over $600,000 Christchurch City Council project, which was commissioned in 2021. An excavator on a floating barge supplied by the Littleton Port Company will do most of the work. Council officials say the marina has been deteriorating for some time, with it beginning to present safety and environmental risks. However, once completed, navigation around the inner harbour will become safer for boaties and water sports enthusiasts. A brutal storm in 2000 sunk 30 boats and badly damaged the facility, forcing most berth holders to move to alternative sites. The demolition work is expected to be completed by the end of the year. In Christchurch, the South Today.
A Dunedin woman is using her green thumb to keep herself busy as an empty nester, growing vegetables to help feed the community. Dr. Helen Beattie is no expert gardener, but she has filled her backyard with planter boxes, hoping to help ease pressure from the current cost of living.
Dunedin resident Dr. Helen Beattie has no problem achieving her 5+ a day. The veterinarian has a collection of planter boxes in her Corstorphine backyard, growing a range of vegetables in an effort to feed herself and the local community. Beattie originally grew up in the Maniototo, where she remembers a time when everyone's home had their very own flourishing vegetable garden.
Well, I've been doing it for a few years. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily an expert, but grow more than enough to feed myself and figured I could help out a few other people.
The produce she's been growing will be put into a stall out in the front of her house at the end of every week. While many people have offered to pay for her fresh produce, Beattie insists she's doing it out of love for her community, wanting to help out amid the current high living costs.
I have had a little bit of pushback around people wanting to contribute something, so I was thinking through ways that might work. People feel quite uncomfortable just taking it for free, which I'm quite interested in. The whole idea is that it is free.
Beattie's food box is off to a flying start, already giving away her first bit of produce. She expects plenty more crops to grow, as the summer season is just around the corner. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Food charity Kiwiharvest has a new home in Whakatipu thanks to generous donations from the Queenstown community. Careys Bay Hotel is on the market as owners look to move on after a decade and a half at the helm in Port Chalmers. And Southland MP candidates came together for a Q&A in Queenstown, with residents grilling them on some tough issues. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome back editor Paul McIntyre. Hello, Paul.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Great.
That's good. What can we expect in your weekend paper?
Got a bit of a mix. So we've got the family of a Balclutha woman who was strangled to death on a honeymoon. So they've forgiven the killer, and except they may never know why he did it. And a sad story about a potential racist attack. There was a mural painted of Māori Jesus at St Joseph's Cathedral School, and
That's
it's
right.
been painted over.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Overnight, so we spoke to the principal about that. On the lighter side, we're taking a look at the whitebaiting season, which is almost at an end.
Right.
Rumours are rife that the hauls of silver gold in Haas, with only complaints from whitebaiters being a lack of freezer space around because there's so much being caught.
Right. Looks like it'll be a jam-packed weekend paper. Thank you for sharing, Paul.
No problem.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, it'll be very cold and windy everywhere tomorrow, then milder with plenty of wind about still on Sunday. Heading to the top of the South Island, expect gusty southwesterlies and 13 degrees up in Nelson and Greymouth with some showers on the coast, while Christchurch looks wet and windy but cooler with 11 as the high. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Strong southwesterly winds tomorrow with cloudy skies. Expect highs of 11 degrees in Ashburton and Timaru, with Iwamaru just reaching double digits with 10. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. Fine but very windy down through here with 9-degree highs in Queenstown and Wanaka tomorrow. Alexandra gets the gusty southwesterlies too with 10 as the day's high. Heading further south, a cold, wet and windy day through here with strong southwesterlies, up to 9 degrees in Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins. Across to Invercargill, showers with southwesterly gales tonight and down to 5. Then more showers are on the way tomorrow and Sunday with strong cold southwesterlies. Tomorrow's high is 8 degrees and it warms up on Sunday with 14 and some sunnier spots too. And finally, heading to Dunedin, strong southwesterlies as it drops to 6 tonight. Saturday's looking overcast with frequent showers and strong to gale force southwest winds with just 9 as the high. Then Sunday, things start to warm up again with a high of 17 to go with the northerlies. Great conditions for St Clair's hot salt water pool to open for the season. The indicator warmer Dunedin days are on the way. And that's the news this Friday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And you can also follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again next week. Mā te wā.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.